The dessert.
We took a break. That's right, we did Martiqua's Endorphin Drizzle. Ooh, very chocolatey,
Yes.
very caramely,
Sinful and fabulous.
sinful and fabulous right here, just for you.
Just like me.
Sinful and fabulous, that's right, our own little Tika.
You too.
Thank you, sir, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome,
Yes.
sir.
So
ma'am.
tell me more about these musicians in Napster. What?
What?
I'm sorry, I was trying to read the recipe.
Yeah,
I guess
sure.
it got blurred.
Yeah, something did. You're probably determined to keep that in there no matter what I think about it, aren't you?
I just love your creative energy. Wait a second. Okay, anyway, you look fabulous, girl.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
I like this outfit, it's fun.
now you have got to go where I can't be in your way. She looks so wonderful in this, don't you think? She looks so modern and trim, and I love this little scarf. It's so
Thank
severe
you
on it.
very much.
Yes, very nice.
It's fun to celebrate clothes.
Celebrate clothes with Martiqua.
Yes.
I love that.
No matter your size,
Oh, it doesn't matter.
doesn't
Don't
make
hide.
any difference.
Put it out there.
That's right.
Whip it out while you still got it. I think that was one of your sayings.
Even if there's more of it now than there was before.
That's right. Okay. Oh, this is a great ensemble purse.
Thank you. It doesn't match, but you know,
Oh,
a sparkle of color
it's all
just
about
like
color, ain't it? That's right. Now there are statistics somewhere.
All right.
Now this is some statistics. Just to give you an example of Gay Life TV, we're all just razzed up about it.
Yes, we are.
And they sent us a week's worth of just how many folks have been watching us.
You know what? This is so amazing to me. I can't even get over it. It's wonderful, and I'm so happy to be a part of Gay Life TV.
Oh, yes, one big wow for Gay Life TV.
Wow!
Wow! It's fabulous. Gay Life
Life
TV,
TV.
we love you.
Thank you for including us. Thank you, thank you. Read that.
Oh, sure. Well, they started out with like a Sunday. 632 people clicked on us. High five.
Right.
Yay, 632.
Yay!
And Monday, 1,011 people clicked on
Whoa.
us. Woohoo! Let's go, everybody.
Fabulous.
Tuesday was down, but 687, not bad, I'd
It's
say.
okay. Nobody's
Yay!
complaining.
Wednesday, they were redoing their website. So the site was down most of the day, but still 527 clicked on us for sure. Woohoo! Thursday, 1,028.
Wow!
Yay!
Wonderful.
Friday, 1,039. Woohoo!
Man, we are so good.
I know, and they're brand new. This is like starting off with a grand 1,000 people watching us, trying to take all this in,
And it's just going to get bigger and better.
just like us.
Do we know what's happening up there?
I think it's Jorge.
Oh, what is he doing?
He's arranging a little surprise for you, I think.
Oh,
Better get the batteries.
he must not be tied up anymore.
Uh-oh, he got loose?
I guess.
What was he need? Anyway, thank you so much for bringing these stats, Martiqua. We just love that all of you wanted to see all of this.
I was so excited I had to bring them.
Oh, thank you, Martiqua.
Thank you, Gay Life TV, for including us and making us a part of your family. We're so happy about that.
Yay! Yay!
Hello, my name is Martiqua. I'm glad you could join us today. I am here to talk to you about an organization called Collage, C-O-L-A-G-E, and it stands for Children of Lesbians and Gays Everywhere, and it originally came out of San Francisco, California. Their website is on the bottom of the page now. Take a look at that. You can check them out for yourself on the internet. But the reason that I wanted to talk about them today is because in conjunction with the Minneapolis Public Library System, they have published a list of books that are available for children and teens of LGBT parents so that they can look for material that's appropriate to the lives that they're familiar with and learn more about being in the GLBT community. I'm just going to read some of the titles and encourage you to check out what they might have available for you in the library system where you live. A Beach Party with Alexis is a coloring book that depicts Alexis and her friends during a day at the beach. And it has GLBT aspects to it. There aren't too many coloring books that have that. So it's nice to know that that's out there somewhere. Best Colors, an anti-bias book for children. It's a bilingual children's book in both English and Spanish, and it tells the story of how a group of children deal with a hate crime that occurs in their own neighborhood. The Boy Who Cried Fabulous. This rhymed book tells the story of a young boy who marvels at everything around him and is constantly late, upsetting his parents until they realize how truly fabulous their son is. Now, each one of these listings also has an age range associated with it, so that as a parent or a concerned adult in a child's life, you can take a look at the range that's appropriate for your child to make sure that you're not giving them inappropriate material or things that are too difficult for them. We know how important that is. Another is Daddy's Roommate. Meet a boy, his gay dad, and his dad's partner in this Lambda Literary Award-winning book. Let's see. The Duke Who Outlawed Jelly Beans and Other Stories is a collection of 5 original fairy tales: The Frog Prince, The Eagle Rider, The Dragon's Sense, The Ogre's Boots, and The Duke Who Outlawed Jelly Beans. Embedded within the stories are a cast of gay and lesbian characters. Transgender Tapestry, a leading source for stimulating dialogue covering a wide range of gender topics from medical and psychological care to family and partner issues. My Daddy Has HIV. A young girl whose father has HIV learns about the virus and is proud of her dad for trying to stay healthy. This book is very easy to read with simple, colorful illustrations. So as you can see, there's a wide variety of books that have been published for young people to touch some of the less comfortable and maybe more scary issues that might come up in their lives, being that they're part of the GLBT community. It's wonderful that we have these available, and they're marvelous teaching tools, and they help children to learn to accept the reality of the lives of the adults around them and learn to understand them so that they have proper information to share with their friends at school. I encourage you to go to the website, take a look at the list of publications that they have available, and maybe go with your children on your next library visit and look for some of these titles. You've heard the phrase on television in other places, read more about it. Well, this would be a good way to get started teaching your children about GLBT issues. I'm glad that you could be here with us. That's a really important subject, and I encourage you to learn as much as you can and help your children do the same. Thanks. Bye now.
Then do a sound check.
Are we gonna give her a mic too, or will this work?
Let's do this. Let's put this mic. Okay, we'll put this down here. Okay, and then I'm gonna just lay it right here.
Okay.
And see what happens when I put the sound piece on.
All right. Yeah, exactly.
Should be good. binoculars.
Okay, start talking.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Very good. Okay, stop. You're very good.
We just thought we'd have some fun.
That was very good and spontaneous.
Yeah, it's working.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it works fine there.
Good.
Just don't put your hand down on it.
Christ.
Yeah. Well, that might be kind of a funny sound.
Yeah, and a funny bill too. Right? Whatever you do, since it's sitting down there, don't fart.
That's going in for sure.
Oh,
Good evening, and welcome, Martiqua, to the show once again.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Tonight, Martiqua's going to be talking to us about a plight of a group of people that a lot of us, I don't think, are aware of. The name of the organization that's helping this group of people is called Avenues for Homeless Youth. So it's all about the homeless youth and getting them off the streets and getting them back into society, isn't it?
Right.
Let me read the mission statement of the organization. Avenues mission. The mission of Avenues for Homeless Youth is to provide community-based emergency shelter, short-term housing, and supportive services for homeless youth in a safe and nurturing environment. Very important to the youth. Homeless youth, right here in Minnesota. Here's some statistics for you if you didn't know how bad the problem was. There are more than 550 to 650 homeless youth ages 15 to 17 on any given night in Minnesota. Isn't that number shocking?
It is, actually. And it may in fact be larger.
Wow. There are more than 1,300 homeless young adults aged 18 to 21 on any given night. 46% of homeless youth in Minnesota were physically or sexually abused as a child. 62% of homeless youth in Minnesota have a serious or chronic disability. 40% of homeless youth in Minnesota identify as gay, lesbian, bi, transgender, and homeless youth are not likely to stay temporarily with friends or place not intended for habitation. Wow.
So 40% are GLBT.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge percentage.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That is. And I can see that happening as a result of perhaps the families that don't accept it with open arms, that they only feel maybe they've been actually kicked out and have nowhere to go.
Many in fact have been.
Right. That's sad.
Yeah, it is. It's a rough subject. But I think that I like to talk about these things because, however...
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. However difficult they are to hear about, it's important to get the details right and have your facts right, so that if you're going to participate in helping to see things like this change, you come in informed. You know what you're dealing with, you know the population that you are going to serve, and that's what we're trying to do, is gather people who know what they're talking about to come together and help out. And Avenues is a wonderful program and does a lot of work to get people off of the streets and reconnected to more productive things.
Fantastic. Let me tell you a little bit more about what the program actually encompasses. Avenues for Homeless Youth has 15 beds available for emergency and short-term housing. So 15, they can house up to 15. The youth ranges from 15 to 21 can stay at Avenues as long as he or she is working with a case manager on a life goal. Education, employment, mental health, transitional housing, etc. Meals and basic needs supplies, clothes, hygiene products, bus fare, etc. are provided for each youth in our program. Very good. The supportive services provided at Avenues include basic needs for the youth, the food, shelter, medicine, clothing, hygiene products, etc. Case managers who help youth with needs such as obtaining identification and medical insurance, dental care, employment, permanent housing, as well as case managers also work with youth to achieve their personal goals. Mental health assessments to access to wellness checks and support weekly on-site nurse consultations, therapeutic consultation and medication management, recreational programs, art group, girls group, game night, etc., and youth staff outing. Very cool.
A lot of these programs were designed and chosen by the youth themselves in conjunction with the adults who run the programs. And if you stop to think for a moment about how difficult it is for someone under legal adult age to accomplish things like getting a job and providing themselves with a regular income, finding housing that isn't associated with friends or family, you know, and being able to live independently. These things are very difficult to accomplish when you're underage. Mm-hmm. And so the programs and the adults that work to make some of these things happen realize that and know that the plight for them is a little more drastic and more severe because of their inaccess to what everyone else takes for granted often. And a lot of times the programs that they come up with are meant to keep them actively involved in something that will also keep them safe, so that they're not having to live out a life on the streets and turn to things that we would turn to if we had to be on the street to survive. Mm-hmm. Some of the things that Avenues does, for example, they have a newsletter, which I have a copy here, and I was recently at a conference where I gathered a lot of this material, but they often will have art exhibits displayed at the public libraries, where the exhibits are created by the youth to tell their story and to work on projects that will keep them off of the streets. And they usually work in conjunction with other organizations, like the Jewish Historical Society, for example. And
so it sounds like Avenues for Homeless Youth brings in other organizations to help in the process.
Right.
That's kind of neat.
And it's a matter of knowing where to gather your resources.
Right.
And showing the young people that they're trying to help how important it is to make connections and network and build your resources that way. Mm-hmm. This organization is really good at doing that. And recently they had an art exhibit event at the library that was called I Couldn't Live at Home, where the young people created installation artworks that explained why they were homeless or why they had been displaced and some of the details of their circumstances, in the hopes that making people more aware of what they had to go through would cause them to be more motivated to get involved and help alleviate someone else's suffering. They frequently do, a lot of their programs are focused on art because it's a way of getting the young people to express what they've had to go through.
Right.
And it can be very emotional and very tragic, and it's sometimes easier to tell your story through a piece of art than it is to sit down with a counselor or a psychiatrist and try to talk directly to them about the pain of what you've been through.
I completely relate to that. I personally understand that. I had a therapy at times that I had to express my childhood through art.
Right.
And that art opened me up. It totally brought me from a shut down person to a, whew, I feel it, I've expressed it, and now I can move on.
Right.
So that makes a lot of sense.
Right, and it's a process of healing. grief, however, whatever form it comes into your life, is a process that you have to go through. And young people are often so shocked by the horrendous things that they experience that they shut down. And so just talking with another person isn't always the most effective way to get inside of that and start the grieving process. So art is really a good way of giving them a chance to express that in whatever way they want to. And they're often very uninhibited and encouraged to be that when they create their art, because we often do not know the vagaries of what they've been through. And so their art can look, very different from so-called mainstream art exhibits and so forth, because they're trying to express what they've been through. So in each of the newsletters, they have an upcoming events section where they describe some of the community activities that they've connected with other organizations to accomplish. So if you are at all interested in getting in contact with Avenues, we will share the information at the end of the segment and give you a chance to connect directly with them so that you can find a way that you might be able to help out.
Now I understand some of those avenues for helping that you get involved with would be things like volunteer opportunities at the place or with the projects, drives for schools, faith groups, etc. Presentations, having avenues come to your group and give a presentation on homeless youth and how to get involved, or your group can come to Avenues and learn all about it. Donations, cash of any kind, they will certainly take. Hosting meals or activities, volunteer to do that. That'd be nice. Matching gifts. Most companies will match your donation. It is as simple as filling out a form. Or serving on the board of directors or on an Avenues subcommittee. So there are ways for you to get involved and help with the problem.
And even just contacting them by phone and saying, I want to know more about this. I want to be involved somehow. I'm not sure what skills I have, what things I can bring to you, what do you need? And just having a conversation with them about that. You may find that you have more to provide for them than you would ever imagine if you just have a conversation with them and find out.
Fantastic.
One of the other organizations that has paired with Avenues is the Minnesota Spoken Word Association, and they do collective presentations with Avenues all the time. And because a lot of young people are more conversant with rap and R&B music and other forms of street entertainment, they identify with that, it's assumed, more than they might with other forms of entertainment. So this organization, the Spoken Word Association, has events where they give young people a chance to speak about what they've experienced through hip-hop music or through rap or poetry, things like that, where they will either perform in front of an audience or they'll work in groups and give a chance to speak more anonymously the pain that they've been through. And basically they get together once a week in a safe, encouraging space for writing sessions where they create in their own words, pieces about what they've been through. It says here, youth do not only participate in sessions and projects, but are also given the opportunity to learn how to lead their peers in writing sessions and create new projects that they care about. So they're learning additional skills that they will hopefully be able to use in the future and other things that they do. The Minnesota Spoken Word Association can be contacted at their email address, which is mnswa.admin@gmail.com. And we'll put that across the screen so that they can contact the Spoken Word Association also.
Very good. And then if you would like to get a hold of Avenues for Homeless Youth directly, their email address and their website, is www.avenuesforyouth.org. That'll see it on the screen right there.
And there's just one additional last comment that I would like to make. And that is, when you stop to think about the fact that we're in a very cold climate, and when you've got 800 people on the waiting list for Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and youth are not allowed in adult shelters, they need to be segregated from the adult homeless shelters unless they're in a family shelter, and then they have to be connected to their family to be allowed in. So Avenues is a program that focuses on underage youth. They have, as you said at the beginning, 15 beds available, which is not a lot. And so there's often a waiting list for that program too. And the point that I wanted to make is, in Minnesota here, in the winter, how cold does it have to get outside before a homeless person is in danger of freezing to death? Huh? Think about that. I don't know a specific answer to that question, but the image that creates in my head is we have young children out on the streets with nowhere else to be. How can that be safe and healthy for them? It isn't. So we have Avenues and other organizations that work to give them a fighting chance in a world that's really not very fair to them. So please, if you can find your way clear to do so, get involved and help out.
If you've ever been interested in helping out the youth in Minnesota, this is a great time to do it and a great avenue to do that.
Indeed.
So please take a look.
Yes.
Thanks for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing this with us.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Welcome to another Nancy Boys Super Tuscan Adventure!
It goes around the world just la 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 la. It's all around the world just la 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 la. It goes around the world just la 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 la. It's all around the world just la 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 la. It goes around the world just la 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 la. It's all around the world just la 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 la.
Ciao, Bella, everybody.
How are you? Good to see you back. Danny Kaye and Ronnie Day, what a beautiful description of what really happened in the Medicis. Uffizi.
Uffizi.
Uffizi, Uffizi, Uffizi. It's
But
cute.
I hear there's more to see in Florence yet.
There is. And that is called the Ponte Vecchio. Do you know what that
Ponte-
means, MargO?
Ponte Vecchio. That I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Well, what it means is Ponte is
Ponte.
bridge.
Ponte. Bridge.
Ponte
Oh,
is
interesting.
bridge. Vecchio,
Old. I learned that from the cheese I like.
Old.
Old cheese.
old cheese.
Old cheese,
Yeah,
old
see,
bridge.
See? And
Old
you know,
plaza.
what river does it cross?
That I don't know.
It's the Arno. Now, one of my
River
friends, when they were
Arno.
visiting, the River Arno, was just laughing because, you know, the Mississippi is so grand and mighty. The Arno is it's a creek. Pretty much it's just a creek. It's a little river, but it's still how you could paddle up and down it,
Oh,
get supplies,
yes.
and it was big enough for that. But it's not a very wide river. Now, if you've ever gone by train into Florence, it's so beautiful. The Tuscan hillside, and by the way, Farentia is still a part of Tuscany. It was actually the capital of the Etruscan states, which became Tuscan.
Oh, I see.
See.
Sure. Florence. Florence now. Florence is the cradle of Renaissance. It holds millions of visitors each year, drawn by a dream of artistic perfection and hoping for a blast of authentic magic. This city contributes more to the European culture than anywhere else in the 14th and 15th centuries. It's where the Medici family reigned for years and years, and they were a family who appreciated the arts and started what we now know as the Renaissance, all those wonderful paintings and sculptures, and David, and the artists went on, and we're about to go there. We'll probably see the Duomo, which was actually the Romans had made a dome years and years ago, but the recipe or the technique was lost. So Brunelli went there to study the dome to see if they could actually put a dome on this main church in Florence. Now, the main church stood for over 100 years without a dome because no one knew how to build one. So we're going to see it with the dome. Very exciting. And of course, we'll have to see the statue of David. Now, the statue of David is in Academia. That's right. The statue of David's in the Academia now. It used to be outside, and you'll see a copy of it outside the government building. But of course, now it's been so many years, they want to protect it. So it's inside the Academia with a copy outside the government building. And the Medici family, most of their art has been compiled into the Uffizi. Uffizi is an office area. The Medici family realized that in order to govern a huge place like Florence, they're going to need to get organized. So they built this office area in the center of town, which now houses most of their art. So let's take a look. Now this Ponte Vecchio used to have
Ponte Vecchio.
Let's say that one more
Vecchio.
time.
Ponte Vecchio
used to have a bunch of merchants. They actually sold food to begin with, some fish, and after a while, the Medici decided, you know what? This smells.
It stinks
so
here.
They made an actual law saying, let's just sell jewelry here.
Right.
Silver, gold.
Silver and gold.
The best collection of silver and gold is on that one bridge. If you ever get the chance, go there.
I think I saw Danny Kaye and Ronnie Day drooling through the windows. Let's check in with the boys and see what they think of the Ponte Vecchio. Ciao.
Ciao.
Wow, here we are in the city of Florence, looking at some of the beautiful housing along the River Arno. Incredibly gorgeous. Can you imagine what a cosmopolitan lifestyle it would be to live here? The shopping is fantastic. The city is just abuzz with people and places and things, and some of the grandest artwork from the old world, especially from the Renaissance. We've already shown you some of it, but what a alive city. Now, I wonder what's next. Do you know what the term Ponte Vecchio means? Ponte means bridge, Vecchio means old. We're going to take a look at a very special old bridge. Danny Kaye is going to tell us all about it. And here's what the outside of the Ponte Vecchio looks like. Take a look.
Hi everybody, we're going to the Ponte Vecchio in Italy. That's right, we're in Florence. Ponte Vecchio, let's see, is, well, you know, no visit in Florence is complete without a saunter down this bridge, lined with the old shops jutting precariously over the waters. The Ponte Vecchio is actually the oldest bridge in Florence. It used to be filled with vendors to sell food and that. But the Medici, when they were reigning here, were so disgusted by the smell, they said that only jewelry could be sold there. So to this day, you just find the gold vendors and the silver vendors on the Ponte Vecchio. Let's see here. Near the Roman crossing, the old bridge, Ponte Vecchio, was until 1218 the only bridge across the Arno in Florence. The current bridge was rebuilt after the flood of 1345 during World War II. It was the only bridge from the fleeing Germans that the Germans did not destroy. Instead, they blocked the access by demolishing the medieval buildings on either side. On November 4th, 1966, the bridge miraculously withstood a tremendous amount of weight of water and silt, and then the Arno burst into banks. Stores have been on the Ponte Vecchio since the 13th century. Initially all types of butchers, fishmongers, and later the tanners, whose industrial waste caused plenty of rank stench. I had heard that. In 1593, Medici Duke Ferdinand I decreed that only goldsmiths and jewelers can be allowed on the bridge. And in the center stands a bust of the 16th century goldsmith Cellini of 1900. When the stores close at night, their wooden shutters make them look like suitcases. Ooh, the sun is shining. As one of the places that Florentines come for pasta grata, it is also a reputation for being where the local drug dealers meet their clients. Oh my. Alright, now let's go enjoy the sounds of the Ponte Vecchio. These are like old suitcases that they described them as. Well, as you can see, they're closing up now, and they do look like old suitcases. The shops, and they're all closed up. It's kind of cool. Well, it's a whole lot of jewelry here. This is the most expensive jewelry case in all of Italy, I tell you. Probably not. Sure is gorgeous. This one, look at this. 992
992 euro, which is about, well, $1,025 just for that little ball around your neck. But it is gorgeous. That's for sure. Look at the dice up here. That's fun. Anybody that goes to Las Vegas would appreciate that. Okay. Looks like they're closing up. Let's see what's around the bend. All right. Ooh. Oh, they've got lots of silver trays and stuff. Very good. Oh, what's this? Look at all those buildings along the river. Sure is a gorgeous place. And here is the outside of the Ponte Vecchio. Hard to see from the inside, of course, but the green shutters are so Italian. Glad we got to take a look at that. Just gorgeous. Bye now.
Come on, I hear the music.
There you go.
And by the way, if you haven't noticed, when I get home, I'm going on a diet. They all look like David here, and I don't. It's a bummer.
This is very pretty.
I want to look, BJ actually, and myself, want to look like that.
Yeah, there we go. There. That's so Italian.
Carpe diem, let's seize the day and listen to the music.
Okay.
And if you enjoy the music, you're going to want to give them €1. Give them €1 and let them know thank you for adding such lovely atmosphere.
Well, the microphone's through.
I know, but I don't want to. Okay. It's just like, how close to my face are you? Great. Ciao, man. Here we are on the piazza of love, amore. Dance the night away, you dance boys. Oh my God, this is the best I've ever done.
Ciao Nancy Boy!
This is our pie cutter. We have a pie cutter? That triangular shaped thing?
You know, sometimes sometimes I put things over here. I don't know what they are. Yeah, were these?
Yeah.
The Norski one, or
No, that
the
one.
Huda Huda Huda.
Huda Huda. Oh,
C.
do you want to? Oh, let's see. No.
C.
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 Okay, come on, everyone.
Yeah,
We can
yeah.
just be in here.
Yes. B.
B.
Or D in here.
I'm in the middle because I was B and you're.
Oh, A.
You're triple D.
definitely an A minus.
Okay, A minus. Oh. Oh.
And left.
You're
Okay.
watching the Nancy Boys.
You're not in.
You're watching the Nancy Boys.
You're watching the Nancy Boys.
You're watching the Nancy Boys.
Can you believe that cow? No.
No,
Okay.
waste the pot.
So let's all get in frame.
So tell me more about paganism.
Oh my. That's a simple 5-minute discussion. Paganism is 1,000 different things to 1,000 different people.
Oh,
It is very individual and very personal.
wow.
And it contains or does not contain a multiplicity of, that was a big word, a multiplicity of things depending on who you are, where you are, when you are, and what you're looking for.
Oh.
And I think there's pretty much a pagan system designed for just about every human being that has a pagan bent to their belief out there. And many things overlap and many things do not. And by the way, just in case there's any of you wondering, paganism does not equal Satanism or evil.
How did that get misconstrued?
Well, I think we've had a long time to establish what constitutes evil and what doesn't. And what constitutes evil and what doesn't changes in different time periods. Like, for example, Dick and Bush.
Dick and Bush?
Yeah.
That's an interesting topic.
If you think you know what I'm talking about, wink at me. Okay, there was a collective flush of air washing over
I
me
felt it.
at all of those winks. And I think we know. It has, anyway, never mind. Back to the subject at hand.
You know what?
Yes,
It is so individual.
it is.
That is why you don't see great congregations. You know what I mean? As far as
Well,
you know what I mean?
there actually
Other
are.
churches. Oh, there are big.
There are actually, there are.
Oh.
But there are as many of those, or as varied of those, as there are those who would never set foot inside of a building to practice a pagan event.
Oh,
Because
okay.
many practice outside.
Now that's kind of nice to practice outside.
Yes, I think it is too.
Very few organized religions practice outside. I think. I mean, other organized religions.
I think there are a couple, actually.
Are there?
Yes, but I mean, I think that,
Of course, in the Midwest, we don't practice much outside except
Right.
for those few months.
right, true. Because, you know, frozen cockles do not a wonderful set of face make. Does that make sense?
That's
anyway.
perfect.
Huh,
Watch your cockles.
yeah, boy, gotta guard those things. Anyway, and what you choose to include in your belief system as a pagan is entirely personal, I think, for most people, especially neo-paganism, which just means new, by the way.
Oh, okay. There's an older version.
Yes.
And there's a neo.
And basically, it was the older versions which were often supplanted by Christianity in violent and drastic ways due to fear and greed and human manipulation and
You know, does the older pagan
yes.
differ much from neo? I mean, there's.
I think there can be drastic differences in some situations, but I think that, you know, there are people who try to equate what they do presently with the older pagan belief systems.
Okay.
I don't know how how spit it out, how thoroughly we can do that. I think there is documentation from the older pagan rites and so forth, but how to equate that with modern society, I don't really know. I'm not sure how to do that.
You know, I went to New York City once, and there was lots and lots of stores to buy stuff with for pagan
Really?
experiences. Yeah.
Okay. Like what?
What was it?
Give me an example.
Lamb's blood and a bag of some kind.
Oh.
Incantation bag or a witch bag or not a witch bag.
Okay.
Some. Oh, it
Well,
was some bag of some kind.
They have
that had to be blessed by somebody, which is similar to other religions.
True.
They have I think it was just an incantation bag.
They have similar things here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, this city's got lots of variety.
Yeah, Magus books, or Magus, however you want to pronounce it.
What city are they in? St. Paul, Minneapolis?
They're in Minneapolis.
Okay.
And what's the other one that I know of? Well, either the name will come to me or it won't, but there's at least one more really good one.
Cool.
That they help you mix herbs and gather materials for tinctures and all sorts of potions and stuff like that.
Wow.
And by potions, I don't mean, we're gonna...
Eye of Newt.
Exactly.
Where did that came from Disney, I think.
Well,
was it Disney?
I don't know. I doubt,
we like Walter.
I doubt that even Michael Eisner had anything to do with that, but probably came before that. But anyway.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
You changed completely. I love it, girl.
Thank you.
She's kind of Egyptian, if you notice right now. Do 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 Martiqua too.
Thank you for that.
Oh, what have you got going
Free
here?
advertising.
Oh,
Mango pineapple buckle.
I love it. Oh, and I hear the buzzer.
No, that's just in your head.
It's just in my head.
Yeah. The doctor told you about that and gave you medication for that. You're clearly not taking it.
Oh my, Martha, this is looking great.
Oh my God.
Should we get a little close up? No, it looks like it's perfect.
Oh, it looks
Oh,
fabulous.
yum, yum. Give me some. Should we dish it up,
Oh,
huh?
my.
Ah, serve warm. All right.
It definitely is that. Oh my God, that smells so good.
This is just fabulous. So this is a family favorite of yours?
Well, it will be now.
Yes, exactly. Can you see this, everyone? We better hurry. I guess the tape's coming. Okay.
Oh,
There we go.
all right.
Hey.
So, we'll at least put it on a plate so they can see what it looks like if we think we can do
So
that.
look civilized. Too
There you
late.
go.
No.
That's beautiful.
Oh, would you like a little dollop of whipped cream? I happen to have some here.
Or a large dollop of whipped cream.
Yes.
Why limit myself,
Oh,
for
it
God's
smells
sake?
so yummy.
My waistline is used to it by now. All right, you know what? It says tamper evident cap. You know what? I've tried to tamper with it. It ain't nothing happening. I'm a little annoyed. Or just annoying, one of the two. There we
Why
go.
not? So you can vote.
Stop. They will. Whatever it takes.
TwistedNylons.com. Wasn't that it?
You know what?
Yes.
If we're not careful, there's going to be an entire list of websites because you created the names for those things.
Well, should I zoom in on your topping? Martiqua topping, everybody.
Topping is very, very old. It started in Egyptian times, as you can see by my outfit. Here we go. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Are you looking over here or over there?
Oh, looking over there.
Here?
Yeah. Am I? Yes, I am. Oops.
Oops.
Happy Joey. Oh, yum.
Pretty.
Oh, very
That
fun.
way I.
Oh,
Lovely.
yum. Yes. I guess
Want
I'll
that
have a
too?
dollop too.
Okay.
And then I'll give you a little fork. That's cool.
Oh,
Thank you.
fun.
Now we got that heavy cream.
Woohoo.
Should we try it on the number 3?
Sure.
Looks good. Might be too hot. Okay, take a lot of it, babe. Take just a small piece so you don't burn too much of your mouth. Suffer for your
Okay.
heart. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Ooh, your hat fell off.
It did.
It's so good, everybody. You gotta try this.
Oh my goodness. This is
Ooh,
wonderful.
the pineapple and mango, fabulous.
Oh my.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of
Eat
This. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.
We're gonna stay and eat.
Yeah, we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Water? Want some more water?
Please. Oh my goodness.
It's pretty darn good.
That is fantastic.
Hi, Jimmy.